welcome all of you to our Sky of the Week series. I am Shubham Kumar, Education Officer at Astroport India. So I hope you all are doing very good at your home. As you all know that every week we bring a new video for you in which we talk about the important celestial events happening and some important celestial objects visible in that particular week. So to continue this series, today we will talk about what are the things which we are going to see in the night sky starting from 12th of April to 18th of April. So to make it more interesting, I will explain all this to you with the help of an application software. So there are various such kind of application software available on the Play Store. You just need to download it from there and use to get introduced with our night sky. So let's see what are the things which we are going to see in this week. So on the 12th of April, right now it's 5:37 am and sun is about to rise from the east direction, and today's sunrise time is 5:59 am from my location. So you can see on the screen that sun is about to rise from the east direction. So now I am going to fast forward the time to see what happens after sunrise. So sun has been rise from the east direction and now it appears to move throughout the day in our sky, and let's see what happens. And now sun is about to set in the west direction. So right now it is 6:21 pm and today's sunset timing from my location is 6:44 pm. So just after 6:44 pm sun has been set from my location, but it requires roughly half an hour to get completely dark sky after the sunset. So right now it is 7:22 pm and we have a pitch dark sky in front of us. So if we want to navigate through the night sky, so first we need to find the directions, as we need the directions to navigate on the ground as well. So first we need to find the direction in the sky. So although we can find the direction with the help of compass present in our mobile phone, so if I am facing the west direction right now, so the brightest object in the west direction is this one, and this is planet Venus. So it is actually looks like a star, but this is planet. So because we all know that planet do not twinkle and star do twinkles in the night sky, so this is the way how we differentiate the planet from the stars. So if I zoom this one and try to recenter it, so like our moon, all the other planets of our solar system also shows phases. So because we all know that moon shows phases when we see it from the earth, so like other planets also. So this is Venus. It is right now 40% illuminated and it is in waning crescent phase right now and shining with a magnitude of -4.16. So you can see on the screen that it is not fully visible, it is only 40% illuminated right now. So Venus is in the waning crescent phase. So after that we zoom out the screen, and now I will show you the very beautiful asterism of winter sky, and we call it winter hexagon. So this is a method used by our ancestor to predict the seasonal changes. So because we all know that the sky keeps changing with the time, and although this is very negligible in 1 or 2 days, but there is a significant changes happens in our sky within a month. So sky keeps changes due to the motions of earth, due to the different motions of earth. So our ancestor had observed the sky and use it to predict the seasonal changes. So because we have observed the Venus right now, so just left of Venus we can see a brightest star. This is Aldebaran. So this is the brightest star of Taurus constellation, Taurus the bull. So we can see on the screen that the brightest star of Taurus constellation is Aldebaran. So this is the first star of winter hexagon. So after that, just above the Venus there is a brightest star called Capella. So Capella is the brightest star of Auriga constellation. We have identified the several brightest star of different constellations because these brightest stars are very prominent from every location and you can see it from every location very easily. So this is the Auriga constellation, and this is the brightest star of Auriga called Capella. After that we will further move to the Pollux. So this is the Pollux, brightest star of Gemini constellation, Gemini the twins. After the Pollux, just below it there is a Procyon, the brightest star of Canis Minor constellation. And further we will move to the Sirius. So Sirius is the brightest star of Canis Major constellation, and also this is the brightest star of entire night sky. So it is also the part of winter hexagon. Now further we will move to the Rigel. So Rigel is the brightest star of Orion constellation. You can see on the screen that brightest star of Orion constellation is Rigel, and this is the last star of our winter hexagon. So now we have observed all these 6 stars, and I am going to form a hexagon with the help of these 6 stars. So I need to draw a line from Rigel to Aldebaran, and from Aldebaran to Capella, and from Capella to Pollux, and from Pollux to Procyon, and from Procyon to Sirius, and from Sirius to Rigel. So there is a complete hexagon is forming with the help of these 6 stars, and this is called the winter hexagon. So our ancestor relate it to the seasonal changes. So because there is a spring season is going on nowadays in the northern hemisphere, so you can easily see on the screen that winter hexagon is about to set in the west direction. So I would like to tell you that you can also see the satellite passes from your location. So right now you can see on the screen there is 7:08 p.m. right now, and Hubble Space Telescope is visible from my location, and it is rising from the west direction just after 7 p.m. So Hubble Space Telescope is a satellite which was launched by NASA in 1990, and it is named after an astronomer, Edwin Hubble. Although it was not the first space telescope, but it is one of the largest and most versatile one, and it is revolving around the earth within an orbit of 540 km within a speed of 26,400 km per hour. So after observing Hubble Space Telescope and very beautiful asterism of winter sky, the winter hexagon, now we will observe the moon. So because currently moon is not present in the night sky, so I need to fast forward the time, and now we can see on the screen that exactly at 11:50 p.m. moon rises from the east direction. So let's observe the moon, because we all know that moon keeps changing its phase every day, and right now it is in waning gibbous phase, so that it is only 71.8% illuminated. I would like to tell you that moon is in Sagittarius constellation right now. So after observing the moon, there is a golden opportunity for all of you to observe the planets, because in the morning of 13th of April, just 1 or 2 hours before the sunrise, Jupiter, Saturn and Mars are about to rise. So further we will fast forward the time. So firstly the Jupiter will rise from the east direction. So Jupiter will rise just at 1:27 am on 13th of April. After the Jupiter, Saturn will rise at 1:48 am, and further Mars will rise at 2:16 am on 13th of April in the morning. So the question is how to identify these planets. So I hope you are able to see a red line on the screen. So this red line is called the ecliptic line. So ecliptic line is the apparent path of our sun throughout the year. In fact, it is the plane of our solar system. So you can see that moon and other planets also present nearby this line. And I'm going to tell you the easiest method to find the planets in the sky. So if you see a bright star nearby the ecliptic line and it is not twinkling, then it will be a planet, because planets do not twinkle, and we all know that a star twinkles in the night sky. So let's see the Jupiter first. So this is Jupiter, and if we recenter it and try to zoom in, so this is Jupiter, and these four are the moons of Jupiter. So because we all know that other planets of the solar system also have the moons, like Jupiter have 81 moons. So isn't it interesting and shocking news that Jupiter have 81 moons, but with a normal telescope only some of them are visible. So sometimes only 3 of them are visible, sometimes 5 of them are visible. So depends on the day on which you are observing these planets. So this is the Europa, the moon of Jupiter. This is the Io, another moon of Jupiter, then Ganymede, and this is Callisto. So right now 4 moons of Jupiter are visible. So you can note down these orientation, like on the 13th of April Europa is left of Jupiter, and further Io and Ganymede and Callisto. So we will also observe these moons on the 14th of April, and let's see कि इनका orientation change होता है या नहीं. So after observing the moons of Jupiter, we will further observe the Saturn. So this is Saturn, just after the Jupiter. This is Saturn. So you can see that this is Saturn, and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 moons of Saturn are visible right now. So Saturn have highest number of moons, and 83 moons, I think. So Saturn have 83 moons. So you can see that this is Tethys and Mimas, Enceladus, Dione and Hyperion, Rhea and Titan. So Titan is the biggest moon of Saturn. So just look at the orientation of these moons, because this orientation is going to change when we will see it in some upcoming days. So this is all about Saturn. So after the Saturn we will observe the Mars. Mars only have 2 moons. So Deimos and Phobos, there are only 2 moons of Mars. So this is Mars, and currently Mars is only 87.5% illuminated. So this is all about Mars. So it's an amazing opportunity for all of us to observe these planets and to photograph them. So after observing these planets, we will observe the orientation of the moons of Jupiter and Saturn on the 14th of April also. So 14th of April, this is Jupiter, and if we recenter it and try to zoom it, we can see that Io changes its place. So first one is Io, then Europa, and after that it is Ganymede and Callisto. So when we observed these moons on 13th of April, the Io was in between the Jupiter and Ganymede, but now Io is somewhere right of Europa. So let's see what happened with Saturn's moon. So the orientation of Saturn's moons also changes because these moons are continuously revolving around the Saturn. And Lepidus is a new moon which is visible right now and was not visible yesterday. After visualizing the Saturn, will further move to Mars. So this is Mars, and let's see what happened with Mars. So this is Phobos and Deimos. So obviously the orientation of these two moons also changed, because when we observed these moons yesterday, so this is not the same. So we have observed the sky till 14th of April. Now we will see the sky of 15th of April. So I'm going to fast forward the time. So I would like to tell you that on 15th of April there is a last quarter of moon. So moon is at last quarter and we can see that it is only 50% illuminated right now. And there will be a beautiful celestial phenomena also occur on that day. There is a conjunction of moon and Jupiter, and conjunction of moon and Saturn will take place. So actually conjunction is a celestial event when the two celestial bodies is closest to each other in the night sky, as we see from the earth. So you can see that the moon and Jupiter and moon and Saturn is closest in the night sky. So apparently when we see from the earth, so these two bodies are very closest in the night sky. So these types of celestial phenomena are very rare and beautiful, which nature provides us. So it's an amazing opportunity for all of us to observe them and photograph them. So you can see that there's a conjunction of Jupiter and moon and Saturn and moon. So after observing the sky of 15th of April, we will further move to the 16th of April. So 16th of April, there is a conjunction of moon and Mars. So again there is a very beautiful celestial phenomena. Moon and Mars will share the closest position in our night sky. After that, we will also see the orientation of the moons of Jupiter and Saturn. So let's see. There's first one is Ganymede, then Io, and you can notice that the shadow of Europa is falling on the Jupiter right now. So this is, I think, Europa. So this is very rare phenomena to observe. So you can see on the screen that Europa is this one, and the shadow of Europa is falling on the Jupiter right now. This is the moons of Jupiter, and this is Callisto. So observe the changes in the orientation of the moons of Jupiter. After observing the moons of Jupiter and the Jupiter, this is the Saturn. So try to find out the changes in the orientation of the moons of Saturn also. So this is Dione, That is Enceladus, Rhea, Mimas, and this is Titan, the biggest moon of Saturn. And further you will see the sky of 17th of April, and we need to fast forward the time. So on the 17th of April, the M3 is well placed. So M3 is a globular star cluster. So let's see the M3. So M3 is a globular star cluster. So if we draw the boundaries of constellations, let's see कि ये globular star cluster किस constellation में है. So it's a globular star cluster in the constellation Canis Venatici. So it is well placed right now. So it's an amazing opportunity to photograph it because it is well placed right now in the sky. On the 18th of April, we'll further fast forward the time to see the sky for 18th of April. So on 18th of April, you can see that this is Jupiter. And try to observe the changes in the orientation of the moon. And this is Ganymede, then further Callisto, then Jupiter, and this is Io, and this is Europa, and this is Metis. So after observing the Jupiter and its moons, we will further observe the Saturn. Saturn and its moons. So this is Enceladus, then this is Rhea, and further Dion. So every day you will find that there is a change in the orientation of the moons of Saturn and Jupiter, and further we will see the Mars and its moons. So there are Deimos and Phobos because there are only two moons of the Mars. So we have discussed about all the major astronomical events for this week. So Astroport wishes you clear and dark sky. So keep looking up and get amazed with the beauty of cosmos. So guys, subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to get notified for our upcoming videos and latest updates. Thank you.